This week's episode of One of a Kind with RVD is presented by Get Blitzed, and you can get 15% off your order when you head to get-blitz.com and use promo code RVD. Get 15% off.
One of a Kind with Rob Van Dam is recorded in front of a live studio audience.
It's a good experience. Everybody was grateful. Everyone's happy and giving the legends a lot of love.
Philly's an interesting city. I sure like it. I lived there 5 years and it was nice. And I do miss. I could see myself moving back there at some point. I think actually is Philly, so we'll have to see that. But yeah, this last week though, you were at NXT in Orlando, and you were hanging out with Raine before that, and then afterwards, you got a little involved with Wes Lee and Javon Evans a little bit. Talk about your experience down there, Rob. How was it being? Was that your first time at the Capitol Wrestling Center, like when it's been updated like that, or?
I've been there twice before, and it was a long time ago, 10 years ago.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Matter of fact, but it did look a little different. They definitely had moved some stuff around, and if they had that many warehouses, then I didn't realize it before, that they got a lot of that is theirs and they have their stuff there. And but it was really cool. It was just a good experience. Everybody was grateful. Everyone's happy and giving the legends a lot of love. So nothing terribly exciting, but also seen a lot of my peers as well, and Bubba Ray Dudley, he was standing in the ring when I walked in one time to that area, and I was looking from behind, and I even had to ask Katie. I said, "That's Bubba, right?" Then I slid in behind him to surprise him, and his calves almost exploded in my face. I texted him and told him that. But his calves were huge and veins popping out, and fucking looks like he's been doing some toe raises. So good job, Bubba. Yeah. Saw Shawn Michaels, saw Terry Taylor.
William Regal? Did you see him?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, and maybe even another person. But even like the crew guys, like camera guys and stuff, like it's sometimes you just look up, or I shouldn't say you, but that's what kids do nowadays to express themselves. It's projecting. But I would look up and just like, damn, I know that face, happy to see the camera guy, this dude, like, I don't even know where I know those guys from, like which companies and stuff. It's just that I've seen them for so many years. And it was like that in AEW as well. A lot of people that were in TNA or WWE seem to work there behind the scenes in the actual equipment and that part of the show. And it's cool, to see that people can have careers in the industry behind the camera like that, and that their work can lead towards more work,
Yeah, and it's like some steady stuff. They build up a resume, and hey, there it is. Like, and they make relationships and all that kind of stuff. And I think that's kind of a neat thing too. It's even on a smaller scale when I go to like shows and stuff like that. I'll see familiar faces all the time that are like working on the production or doing certain things. It's like, oh, I didn't know you were going to be here. That kind of thing. It's neat. It's definitely a neat part of it.
Exactly.
How was it that interact with like Ava Raine, the Rock's daughter, and all that stuff? Was that how was she to kind of be on the same camera with and all that stuff?
Well, I had to yell at her a couple of times, to get her to really start paying. I'm just joking. She was cool. Everybody was cool. like I was just kind of like an extra, just popping in and being me, and they were all there learning and doing.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
know,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Would you say you mentioned when you went to WWE with Katie and stuff like that on SmackDown, you said that there was such a new energy there and a good vibe. Did that kind of convey in NXT too? Did you have that kind of vibe for it as well? Like how the feel of the operation is, I guess, if you will.
Yeah, it seemed like it. Um, for the most part, yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's really like those conversations. It's really about the substance of wrestling, and thankfully, yes, that's what NXT and hopefully all the products of WWE will contain in their foundation. Because without it, man, it gets to be everything but wrestling. That's like having all the extra toppings on your ice cream with no ice cream. You're not gonna eat all those cherries and nuts and sit in a fucking bowl, right? But I don't know. It's just it's like that when it gets away from the wrestling, and instead we'll just do garbage matches and grab each other and both jump, and you know, I think maybe maybe the different companies will separate in the styles that they do, and that doesn't sound like that bad of an idea.
No.
The good people want to see you.
Look at Lovey. Yeah, it's the love.
Hey.
You guys didn't know though. This is Rob Van Dam, and it's one of a kind with RVD. So, hello, we're live. We had some complications on Friday. My brother was getting ready for the very first match, and I was over at his place for Friday night, or was planned to, and so we had to reschedule. And Sunday night was the night. And Rob was a busy man last week.
Wait, so this is your brother that does the podcasting?
Yeah, the Jake the Snake, and
he had his first match.
First match. Yeah. He came out. He fought Sam Handyman at IWC in a household rules match or something like that. A Handyman rules, and so there was some weapons used: drywall, a yardstick, a toilet seat.
Well, as everyone's first match should be consistent
right?
of course.
Yes, and he lost, unfortunately. Hey, he was a little arrogant, and it kind of bit him. It paid him back. Ted DiBiase gave him his loaded glove that he used to have, and Marcus tried to use it, but that didn't help him.
If that didn't win the match for him, probably nothing will. But
no. So, yeah, he's got a little bit.
Remember my first match: the toilet seat, the fire extinguisher, the
light tubes,
the garden hoe.
The garden hoe. Yeah, that's right. The weed killer, all that stuff. Yeah, it was fun though. He did a really good job. Tommy Dreamer's backstage. He gave him some good feedback and everything like that. And actually, Tommy Dreamer tagged with your old partner from IWC2, Channing Decker. They were the tag team champs, so they main evented there. So,
well, Channing Decker, one of the biggest stars to have not been featured that I know of on television.
Yeah, and he's super talented too. He's super talented. Yeah. He's got
and great self promoter, and I see on Instagram like he does some of the Dark Side of the Ring. Like sometimes he does the stand-ins for the wrestlers.
Oh, did
a lot of times those are pretty good. Like you see silhouettes or whatever, and you're like, man, that looks just like him.
Yeah, it does.
He's one of those dudes too.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know he did that. That's pretty sweet.
Well, it's all up in Canada, eh?
Hey, I know. It was so funny because like when I first saw him, I was like, oh, he's the local area guy, like from either maybe like Pittsburgh or Cleveland. And then I was hearing him talk to Tommy Dreamer, and he's had such a like the Montreal, almost like the Montreal or French Canadian accent kind of going on.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
I was telling him about Only Wrestlers a long time ago. So it's something he could use to promote his wrestling shows and companies and himself as well.
Absolutely. I was telling some of the wrestlers there too about Only Wrestlers. I was like, hey, you should like sign up and try to get your name out there a little
Watch
bit.
your brother's match?
Yeah, watch your brother's match. I did. It was great. And yeah, that's the thing too is yeah, he did a really good job. I was really, really happy.
You're proud to be his brother?
I am proud to be.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. It made me feel pretty good because we used to roughhouse all the time and wrestle in the house and hit each other with tray tables and everything like that. So,
you know the city of brotherly love?
Philadelphia.
Yes, sir.
That's next week, or I guess this week.
Sure. Yeah, this week, in a few days.
Mm-hmm. Just a few days. Guys, we're live, so if you have any questions, feel free to use the super chat. We're live on Rob's YouTube channel, and we're live on rvdtv.com. You can use the super chat on rvdtv.com. And then, yeah.
Whoa, Jesus Christ. That always...
You all right?
Yeah.
Why is that next to you?
Someone left it here.
That's funny.
Someone fetched it and said it on me.
Oh, they brought it back.
Yeah, we do that all the time. We step on it, and it fucking like gives us a little mini heart attack.
We have, and it's always somewhere.
Yeah,
they strategically
different rooms because they carry it around the house.
yeah.
They strategically plan it so you'll step on it and scare you.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
Hey, Bobby.
But yeah, everybody, if you aren't familiar, Only Wrestlers is a new platform you can check out that Rob and Katie launched. And last month, I believe it officially launched. And then so they've been getting new members, and a lot of people have been signing up from all across the world.
Every day. Yeah, it's growing and growing. It's exciting. And so letting it do its thing.
Yeah. And so you guys
building up a big fan base, and then now my partners want to start the next phase where they start voting on stuff, which will increasingly grow in importance and value of as far as their vote on what it does to move the OWA forward. So that's pretty cool. We're about there, but still every time we look, there's more wrestlers and more followers, and we're pretty stoked. And
there's a stories element now too. People can do stories on there.
We have stories, which is cool. You got to upload it from your photos on your phone, though. You know, you got to do a video and then upload it. It'd be more convenient if it was a direct story right on. So that's what I want to do. So you could just add to it throughout the day, you know, and be like, hey, I'm at this diner. Look, I'm hey, RVD at a diner. Look, you know, I'm eating pancakes. But yeah, but we did just get the stories and a couple of bugs to work out there, and the community chat room is coming. So that's when everyone's going to be able to actually talk with each other and stuff. And then that's going to be a huge moment of growth.
Heck yeah. Changing the game here. Changing the game. You guys can join in right now. Go to onlywrestlers.com, sign up, check out all the other talent that are on there. There's Sabu. There's so many different ones that you can check out. Violent J is on there from ICP. So lots of cool names and up and coming names too. So
you know, like so a lot of times people say, you know, what's on there or what's the difference, you know, between like that and Instagram or the other social media outlets, and you know, like for everybody, they could have something different that they want to share, but the exclusivity is where the value is at. Like obviously with the stories, if I can update it throughout the day, I'm taking you with me on my days. You know what I mean? And that's what I want to do ultimately when get all the technology worked out the way I need it. So I don't have to learn anything new. It could just learn me. But what I was going to say about that is, as far as exclusivity goes, you know, the last week or so, there's several things that I say to my Only Wrestlers followers that I wouldn't say public. And I even say on there, if this starts getting out, if they start saying as reported on RVD's Only Wrestling profile, you're going to break our trust. And I'm not going to be sharing quite as much. But, you know, going through last week's adventures from Canada to Orlando, and then off to Philly next week. And you know, as far as the behind the scenes exclusive info there, it's kind of interesting, I would think.
Ooh, so there you go. Yeah, that's the neat thing about it, is like you can, a lot of people do that to, like, yeah, it brings people in, and yeah, you can give a little insight. It's the extra
Stuff that I don't want even out, but you know, for my intimate gathering of supporters that follow me and watch my videos at Only Wrestlers, I mean, hell, you got to trust somebody.
That's it. You gotta, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh.
It's
You look like a cop today, by the way.
Do I look like? I've been getting that with the mustache a lot.
Yeah, mustache and the hat.
Mustache and the hat.
Say, do you have an ID?
Do you have, yeah.
Do you have an ID?
No, I wish. Are you a narc? I'm a narc.
Cool.
Yeah. So yeah, sign up onlywrestlers.com. Check it out. Really, really cool stuff. More things to come on that. Very, very cool.